Have you ever wondered when is the right time to pick your elderberries? Hi, I'm Emily Hamill from Bent Rose Farm in Pilot Point, Texas. In this video, I will show you our elderberry plants and show you which elderberries are ready for picking and which ones are not. This is one of our largest areas that we have elderberries in, and we have over 100 and some plants here at Bent Rose Farm. And we've been growing elderberries since 2020. In the north part of Texas where we are located, about the beginning of July is when they really start getting ready to harvest. We are in mid-July right now, but each plant and each shoot will be ready to harvest at different times. This is one of our plants, and as you can see, we have this berry cluster in the middle. And if you can look at it, the berries are super dark, almost black purple. This cluster here is ready to be harvested. Now, on this exact same shoot part of this plant, we have two other clusters that are nearby. But as you can see, there are green and there are light purple berries. These berries are not yet ready to be harvested. I'm giving you a close-up view of the elderberry plant that had the multiple clusters. As you can see in this large cluster in the middle, how dark these elderberries are, that they're almost a black purple color. And these are definitely ready to be harvested. And see how much lighter colored these light purple berries are. So this cluster you would want to keep on so that your berries could get darker and look like this before you actually harvest this one. See how these different shoots are all part of the same plant. So this is one elderberry plant that has multiple shoots. But as you go up, you can see all the different shoots, and every single shoot has multiple clusters of berries, but they're all in a different stage of being harvested. Some of them are ready to be harvested, but some of them are still in the process. When it comes to harvesting the elderberries, if you only have one or two elderberry plants, then if you want to, you can just hand pick the elderberry plants. Find the berries that are ready, pick them off, and you're ready to go. Now, at Bent Rose Farm, as you can see, we have too many elderberry plants to do that. That would take us way too much time. So what we do is we wait until a cluster is ready to be harvested, and then we will just cut that cluster off. So here we wouldn't cut this area, we would only cut this cluster off. And we would take that cluster and we would put it on a baking sheet and we would freeze it, or we use large aluminum pans that you would use for grilling on the grill. And we would put the clusters in there and then we would freeze it for a few hours in the freezer. Then when you take it out, it's a lot easier to work with the berries and get them apart from the stems without actually damaging the berries. We like the freezing process because it really keeps the integrity of the berries. Because when you're working with them and they're not frozen, they easily squish, and the shelf life is really short once you pick the elderberries and you put them in the refrigerator. Frozen elderberries is the way that we go at Bent Rose Farm, just because it keeps all the nutrients and doesn't damage the berries, and it allows us to try to get a majority of the stems away from the berries. In this video, I hope that it helped you know exactly when it's time to harvest your elderberries and a few tips on how to actually harvest your elderberries. If you have any other questions, let us know, and we usually have seasonal elderberries available for purchase. Bye!